So this is just a small testimony on the power of fasting, and in the beginning I was actually doubting if I should make this video or share this testimony, because in my eyes it wasn't worth it, because it's really a small testimony. But after this morning sermon, I just realized that every testimony is worth sharing. No matter how big or how small it is, it's worth sharing because it shows the power of God, and that's all what matters. So what happened was our church at the moment is busy with a series on Philippians, and this morning we did chapter 3. And when our pastor read the first verse, or only the first half of the first verse, he said something about it, and that's what made me realize that I need to share this testimony. So what he read was, "Finally, my brothers, rejoice in the Lord." That's it. That's all he read for that part. And what he said was, and I'm going to paraphrase now because I can't remember word for word, but what he basically said, or what I got out of it, was that lockdown is, the definition of it basically is time of uncertainty. Because the thing is, we as humans, we love to be in control. We love to know what's going to happen next. We love to know what the outcome of our actions are going to be. But in this situation, that's not the case. We are basically overwhelmed by uncertainty. But what happened was, in the beginning when lockdown was announced, it was supposed to be only for 3 weeks. And the first thing that popped into my mind when I heard 3 weeks was a 3-week fast. So what I did, I took a day or two and just reflected a bit and see throughout the day what takes most of my focus. And then I realized that social media was a big one. And with this time we are in now, social media is just so flooded basically by negativity, and that made me negative even before lockdown. So I decided to fast against social media, but also junk food, because that was more of a thing of, I wanted to become a bit more healthy. I wanted to look after myself. So the biggest fast basically was on social media. And the thing is, after I decided that, okay, I'm gonna do this fast now, I spoke to two of my friends, and one of them actually decided to do it with me. So we walked the road together, and it was such a blessing. I mean, that 3 weeks alone was just a blessing on its own and a testimony on its own. But the outcome of that is what I want to share now. So most people during this time, because of the uncertainty, are freaked out. They're a bit upset and so on. But for me personally, I just have so much peace in this time. Even when it was announced that lockdown is going to be extended, of course I was a bit upset because I miss my friends. Even though I'm an introvert, I love to hang out with my friends. Even the small things, just like waking up early to go to band practice for worship on a Sunday morning. It sounds bad to wake up like at 7 o'clock for band practice, or 6 o'clock, sorry. But I mean, I miss those things. I miss going to church. So obviously in a bit I was upset when it was announced that it's going to be extended, because I miss all of those things. But at the same time, I had so much peace just knowing that God is in control. In the midst of our uncertainty, in the midst of the storm, God is still in control. What's going on now doesn't change God. And the reason why I had so much peace was because I went into lockdown with the mindset of, I want to use this time to better my relationship with God. I want to spend more time with God. I want to spend more time in His Word and in worship. And that was all because I decided to fast. That's what helped, having that mindset. So, I mean, still today, I can really testify that my relationship with God is so much better than it was. I hear His voice more. I can feel Him more. Like when I'm sitting on my bed, reading my Bible, praying, I feel God. I can literally, it's almost like He's sitting on my bed with me and spending time in His Word with me. And that is just the power of fasting for me. Was just, just going in with this mindset and doing a fast to actually help with that. It was obviously a bit challenging. Fasting is challenging, but also the fact that I did with someone really helped a lot. So yeah, I just wanna encourage you, even if you do like a 3-day fast or whatever, if you do it with the right heart, and that is to better your relationship with God, to spend more time with Him, then it's worth it. It's going to be challenging. Fasting is challenging, but it's worth it every single time. So yeah, I just want to encourage you, even in the midst of our uncertainty, even in the midst of the storm, it doesn't change God. God is still in control.